Oh, good time of day. Hopefully the BGM is getting through. Not sure if it's working or not. Looks fine over here, but hey, you can always find new ways to mess up. And click. All right then. So, just want to do a little bit of spriting today. Try to knock out a few things. Currently have developed thank you. Currently have developed a little list if I want to do things on the side, or maybe I'll do the forbidden thing and actually guerrilla stream. Which would be a horrible thing to do. Clearly I should. But today I want to knock some sprites out. And to do so, starting with everybody's favorite goblin. Now, I may not keep anything like this style. I think part of why I didn't like the last sprite was kind of not how I do things. So anyways, basic little goblin. Gotta figure out what I'm going to color it. Let's just start with basic green, because Final Fantasy, I believe, went into red caps later. And green is always the standard color. So, let's just rough this out a little bit. So, want a little bit of action. Probably a raised knife or something. Head over here. Making leaping looking things, because goblin. That's an idea. Not even name that. Let's go sketch 2. Or more thumb 2. Have aggressive. Holding it there. Get a big view of its head. And cap. You know. Legs there. Arm there. Maybe a ha. I'm not quite liking it, but gotta get the sketches out of the way. So, something more dynamic. Something weird. So let's say you have a big old sword like this. It's coming over its face, so it's going to be a little muddy. Have it be leaping or something. Something like this. I think that's actually literally the pirate pose. Probably don't have enough real estate to do that. But you know what? I think I like that one out of them all. So let's go for that. Now, as per old rules, we get 3 colors. Maybe I up it to about, I think I was going with 6 at max. 1 was black. So let's say we want red eyes, so we get red. It's going to be green, so we get green. Some sort of gray for the sword. Technically, every 16 tiles... No, wait, since this is a little bit behind the scenes. In the NES engine, Nintendo, every 16 sprites in sprite mode had 4-color palette. The background is 32 by 32. I believe that's what it was. Or it was 16 by 16. Either way. I'm just going to use it across the entire thing because we're going for a feeling of that. White's always a good color to go with. And we'll figure out the rest later. So, basics body. Let's go with the head being thin. Let's make him look a little weird and gnarly. Okay. This can be the body here. Let's hook the hand a little bit to be like... Let's break it in the middle. Yeah, that looks better. And, you know, floppy goblin here. Gotta put a cap on him in some way. So, as for sword... something like that. Let's thin off the top. That almost looks good enough to use. How's the top side look? I think just putting one more right there will do it. Now I don't like the way the nose is matching up because these are just stray little pixels. So I'm going to push the nose a little further past that so it doesn't mentally get grouped. Or head. Okay, let's turn off the sketch layer. I think the other color is going to be another green. So that I can have a little bit of background. Leg. So the one thing that I generally don't do that these nested, not so much in these. These are, well actually, yeah, they do it. I don't draw with outlines. I find, unless the sprite is really big, I find that it muddies it up too much. Because you gotta think, when you have like 32 pixels, and you put outlines down, you just lost 2 pixels at minimum, which means you just lost a 16th of your real estate in that direction. Not the best thing. You know what? Let's be bold. Yellow Goblin. I may or not be making this completely a Morkborg clone because I make everything a Morkborg clone. And they have yellow goblins. Because it's either yellow, pink, or yellow or pink. Whatever bleeds your eyes. Alright. Let's get in here. Get the bottom of that. Chin. Now I'm going to have to make this look like clothing, or not. But let's go through this. Wow. Okay. That's a goblin-y shape. Make some sunken eyes for this little red live. Oh, I wish I had a budget for more colors, but no. Let's give this some shine. Okay. Let's pretend this is a handle. We have this. I'm going to just clean these up a little bit. Actual feet. Make the hand act some appreciable size. Outline where the ear connects, or at least give a hint. Alright, that's goblin looking. Not the best. Should I put clothing on him? I say yes. Just some rigs will do. Have it sloped down, give it a little more dynamic look. Yes, that will work. Oop. Ah, yes. The goblin loincloth. Let's see. I want to say swoosh. Now be brave. Put down your pixels. Let's see. Let's vary up that texture a little bit. Dither it to try and give us another color. Might come off looking metal, but hey. Yeah, I don't think that works. Okay. It's worth trying now. Oh, no, this is what I do. I am going to put a little skull on his side. Yes, how lovely. Let's define this body a little more. Give him some pecs. These are goblins that kill people after all. Let's make the neck have a little bit of depth. Clean that off. Now, I don't quite like the abruptness, so I am going to do a horrible, horrible outline to try and break it off of the body. Because the values, it's kind of low. But it could be better. Move this leg over a little bit. It looks a little long. We want gangly, but excuse me. Want gangly, but this is a little much. Yeah, especially compared to that other leg. In fact, I think to save this more, we move this down. We move this over. And have this bend a little bit. Give it a... should be bending right about here. Good enough. Can't spend all day on a sprite. Unless it's really big. Then you have my permission. You know, I can use some of this gray for the skull. Okay, let's turn grid off. I don't put it Shift G. Nope. Is it Alt G? Control plus. So this is it at 100. The nose isn't really coming through. Yeah, this is getting lost in the sauce. So let's decapitate him. I think we will have to have him face forward. Or, you know, I could just go with, this is a goblin. It's lost its head. That's what makes it truly horrifying. And it's still attacking you. So, let's just see. Can we move this over? Nope. We put BDI here, BDI there. Let's give it a muzzle of sort. Looking a little cobalt. Let's stick with nose. Okay, got something. Have it go past face. Have the seeming of this go over here. Yeah, that reads more. It was getting too lost in this. But even with the ear being all weird over here, you get the read on big ear. Pointy features, such as the nose and face. I think that works. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go further and say that this goes down to here. Good enough. I'll live with it. Alright, let's turn off your background color and export you. Just because I'm paranoid. This should be set up to the correct area, but I never trust it. It's terrible never trusting your equipment. Yep, it's fine. All right. That's one down. I don't even think this computer has a proper name. I set up my computers like cattle. I expect them to die at some point. Alright, let's get back the Nintendo color scheme. Boop. And we have a sprite. Now next on our list, I think, is a wolf. Ah, we learned that 5 minutes ago. There we go. That said, I want it to be 6 by 6. Or, I mean, 8 by 8. Not 16 by 16. Probably not. But it is what I do. Delicious boomer juice. Okay, so this is a wolf. Now, we can just be, you know, what you expect. Silvers, white, maybe a little green or blue to have color. Or we could be Morkborg. And gray. Yes. What may have cemented this is I have gotten the PDF for Mork Manual, I believe it was called, which is more traditional D&D-ish monsters, classes, and all that. Still not traditional, but comes close. Thought it was going to be 6 stat, but no, still using the old ones. Now then. How to fit a wolf into this. Oh, nope, gotta use the right colors. You can have it going like this, you know, ready to leap. You can have the simple, good old-fashioned howling pose. I mean, nothing interesting, but it registers as wolf, and that is the most important thing when you have 32 pixels to work with. Now, what would be exciting? Well, exciting is action. So an open mouth. Like, I guess a twist. Maybe pause up here. And I think that's our winner. I don't think it's going to be doable, but I want to tilt at this, and I have time. So, let's block this in from darkest color to lightest color. The head gets its own gradient from top to bottom. Kami Mimi. So, if it's twisting around, the leg is going to go this way. And this other leg can just be part of the body. Okay. And I'm going to move you to the bottom right corner, my little guide. I almost do better with non-traditional color scheme. I can't think of color, so it tends to happen. And one for down here, since both the colors are being used. Use that. No, no, we want this to go over the main body. Otherwise it's not going to track right. It's already not tracking right. But I'm having a time. Alright. Turn off the sketch layer. Now to break it apart with the gray. Oh, tail. Need a big fluffy tail. Tail. Not a great breakup of this pink to the rest of that. So I may want to see about... Maybe going a little out there, but I have something. I'm not dropping it yet. Okay. Don't like how close that is. I wish the pinks were a little more separated. Can I use this for middle? That's a little too pink for my taste. Kind of like it. Oh, you say that. Oops. You love you. Okay. Yeah, that has to go to something else. Do orange. Brown. Brown might work. I was hoping I could keep it in, you know, eye bleed pink, but the fates are against me. Well, that can be orange. Nah. I think I'm better off keeping it monochrome. Well, mildly monochrome. Honestly, you're right. So, come out of here. Have to break into the black here. I use purple for this as a tool. Purple works there. Okay. As long as we actually use it as a shadow, we can get away with using it. But solid chunks don't work right. Yeah, it wasn't working on like trying to gradient it down, but as a shadow, it does work. Also help to break that out a little bit. And I get to add a little bit of depth to the Okami Mimi. Very important. No, it kind of looks like a coyote, or maybe you could say fox, but I say. Let's drag this back. Do this so it looks like this arm is going up here, and that's going behind it. Make it fuzzy by including some pixels that have some of that around there. And maybe put one in or two in there. Yeah, there we go. Same thing over here. Claws on the paws. There we go. Exciting pose. Probably shouldn't have done it, but it's too late now. I must live my sins. And let's give it a nose. There we go. That's about late 80s silliness. And once again, I trust nothing. It is saving in the right directory. I will say that I actually have multiple installations of a sprite, one for this specifically, so I never load up a directory that isn't en route. Okay, let me come back. I am back. Oops. That's not what I want. I can move you up a little bit. Not that it matters. There we go. Okay, once more onto the breach. Actually, let me load up, I may or may not have made a giant... Oh, I don't have it loaded up in there. 1 second. I have made a list of all the enemies in at least one of the Final Fantasy versions. It's about 100 enemies, so I assume it's some sort of remake. Stream setup, programs, no. Game work, not Final Fantasy. Nope, that's the actual thing. Nope, nope. Work files? There you are. Time for a sippy. 2 done in a half hour. Not bad. Could be worse. So on the low end of things, we have Crazy Horse or Skeleton. I think I'll work on a skeleton. That sounds more, how would you do a Crazy Horse? I want to know the original translation of Crazy Horse. Oops. Can you explain the Crazy Horse? Alright. So we have the DQ skeleton, where, you know, thing raised, shield. Haha, I am a skeleton in armor. What else could we do with that? I mean, also, I'm pretty sure that's how Final Fantasy did theirs too. Actually, does it have a shield? I think I have it marked down as a shield. No, it does not have a shield. So no shield. Under Morkborg rules, a shield does very specific things. So I will not mark an enemy with a shield. I mean, we could have the crawling type. It's like this. And you have an arm. Ah, scary skeleton. What's interesting? focus it on being close, this would be like its rib cage. What book did they pull a crazy horse from in D&D? Do I have to bring out the cyclopedia and see if they have a crazy horse? Alright, so I have the rib cage like this, the head at a weird angle, it like this, and has a sword, leg bones back here. You know, I kind of like the head off at an angle thing. Okay, let's think on that. Want the head to be off. Interesting. So we have the rib cage here. We have the arm here, like this. And we have like the skull head hanging off this. We have a single arm without the rest of it. The pelvis. Oh. I see something here. So move this over. Dancing skeleton. Yes. Now, this isn't going to be hard for a palette. So we need bone bleach white and some grays. Now, how do we have fun with this? Well, there's always red for eyes. We've been using a lot of red for eyes. Let's use the other corruption color, purple. And maybe we could fit something else in there. I think it has all we need, though. So. We can make a skeleton torso by just doing this. And boop. Need to have the clout, sternum in there somewhere, but good enough. I mean, like it tracks that. Spooky, scary skeleton. Anyways, collarbone goes out here. Collarbone goes up here. Arm goes like this, and just has a nub. It's not even the right one. Yeah, that one shouldn't have two nodules on it. Let's just go like this. Pelvis ends like this. Got your loop. Got your loop. You could just have a vertebrae being there. Make that a ball. Go over here. And there we go. That's leg. Make a ball. Have that up there. A little too big. Look at that. We make a mocking skull. Nope. this. Okay, we make a little bit of ball there. Where do we say one? Well, we're completely off course at this point. It's best to just keep it simple. That's fine for me. Oh yeah. It's a funky, mocking skeleton of death. I don't know. I'll be right back. So I'm going to check the original workbook. Give me 1 second. Pop. I have returned. Let me take a look at bestiary here. I had brought it to the back room as I was cleaning up and setting another shelf. I was trying to consolidate all the workbooks. Dancing around blood-drenched skeleton. Any strike dealing 5 or more damage completely destroys it. I guess maybe this came from possibly 5th edition D&D, but I like the idea that when a skeleton takes lethal damage, it basically re-rolls to gain HP. And if it gets above, 1, it's alive again. Unless it took, like holy damage or something. I like the idea. It's a dick move. Perfect for this. So a mocking 1 really works for this. And yeah, pretty much. Let's just give it a slightly curved blade. 3. Nah, I guess it should be a straight sword. It is pretty standard, but it doesn't show up in tabletop that much. Probably because, well, it's a dick move. I guess I should just go with, yeah. There we go. Now, let's go down this and begin the process of giving this guy a little bit of depth. So, dividing line. Make him scowl. And we got 1 more pixel for very dark. Boop. Boop. Let's break this up. Put a little white on it for edge. Swing. Yeah, I can't fit another finger in there. Do want to put this down here. Okay, let's look at it. 100. Yeah, that reads as a skeleton. Actually, pretty darn good as a skeleton. 200 very much reads so. Alright then. Yellow. Okay. Oops, should get rid of that. I should have put this up a second ago, but hey. Actually, what did it look like as save as? I think the only thing that could be incriminating is that side file stuff, but it was all fine. Yeah, that's all fine. Blah. Okay then. So that's 4 down. I'm not sure about the crazy horse. What else is like low on here or on? What is a big eyes? So yeah, these are like main area. I'm guessing these are big eyes. Well, they did not become bats yet. And originally, this sucker that used to be a beholder, that became the one that you're thinking of. And they were evil eyes, but big eyes are something different. Also Mind Flayer. So, do I want to work on a zombie? Yeah, there's a skeleton. That reads because of the skull. I like the nice use of green to be something different. Could I do something like that? I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I do like the dynamic twist. They put a lot in. They did some good sprite work for the enemies. I'm not so sold on the player characters, but the enemies are solid. Also, they didn't animate the enemies. Yeah, I think this is the big eye. I don't know what their D&D counterpart would be. Also, man, really zooming in, you can read this as fishmen. I didn't notice they did the eyes like that. That gives it a very fish look. Very simplistic, very much not what I do. I'm slap things together till they work. Okay, anyways, do I want to work on a spider or a... Let's try a spider. Spider does sound fun. I've never really drawn spiders before, so it's going to be terrible, but that's the fun of it. Okay, sketch. Whoops, not a group. A sketch, please. Thank you. Get back the nest layer. Get back the grids. Not the grids I want. There's probably a way I could change default settings. But 16 is usually good if I'm doing like a 20-foot 256 by 256 drawing. Alright, so we have a spider. Spider has legs. How many legs do they give the actual spider? I have to look. Oh my god, they actually give it all the legs, don't they? What's that back there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this back here? What are you? What are these? Well, Do they have the two set jaws? I don't know. Clearly. So, spider like that. Spider jumping at you. And spider having tea. I'm not quite sure what I would do for the last one. Because the jumping one is pretty exciting. I mean, there's not much more I can do with a spider like this. So I think I'm going to go with the jumping one. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem too hard. So let's move this down here. Well, the problem is you're going to be seeing it more from the bottom. Yeah, that's fine. Nobody knows what the bottom of a spider looks like. Like that. I want to go bright green with the sucker. And white for fangs and maybe some extra stuff. So let's begin. Big ball of a body. And they just kind of made legs go everywhere. So I'm going to do similar because it, well, why reinvent the wheel? Boop, 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 boop. These last ones can go. Boop. I'm coming at you. And translate down here. Boop. 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 And oh no, I am coming for your face. No, I want to delete that. Boop. Boop. I can get rid of the sketch. Yeah, that looks like coming for your face. Okay. Maybe not the most inspired one so far. Always remember that light is terrible and goes around corners. So this is like the top, and this is the penumbra right there. Anyways. Now they did something where they just broke it up a lot. Sure. I see why they did it. Now, next step on here, I guess, would be to make it look a little more fuzzy, which can do. Mildly showed off how to make things fuzzy. You draw Fox Girl ears enough, you learn how to make things look fuzzy. Okay, let's go into this territory a little bit. Okay, and a little bit the other way. I mean, it's a poison spider. No, let's join these up. I don't like it being just black there. I want to smooth this out. I don't like it being so round. Yeah, look at that. I actually like the bit of a hook down here. It looks kind of unnerving. Oh, wait. I can have it Spider-Man. Kind of interesting. I'm not sold on it. I need to wrap a little bit of light back into this. Maybe if I get rid of that one. I'm not feeling it. It's not even going to have a web attack. But having, like, the spinner net be, like, pronounced. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Do we have any Australians in chat to bless us? Oh. Let's see. Yeah, that's spider. At 200%, it says. Spider. Actually, you know what this needs? This is what it's missing. Okay. Whoops, that should have been a pixel. Control vertical? Nope. Shift vertical? There we go. Nope. Can't use you. Looks better. So I gotta extend this out by like 1. I gotta do 2. Yeah, I like that more. It's just... Actually, was it supposed to be Black Widow? It's supposed to be Black Widow, but I should do something like that for, you know, the special ones instead of the generic random spiders you come across. Alright. Turn off the black background. I don't want to close. Did I Control C? I probably did. Okay, Spooter has been done. We will export Spooter. Oh, 4 done. Okay. I am back. Here's load you up this palette. Blackout. Da, 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 da. Okay, turn on the grid. I can turn on the grid and have it 16 by 16. So, zombie. The most generic one we have is like, you know, hand raised, limping along. Whoa, brains. The one that they have is actually like, that's almost like wrathy to my brain. I think the good old Dragon Quest one was actually coming out of the ground sort of thing. Brains. Let me look at the horrible yellow book. I'm curious what they made a zombie look like. I'm pretty sure they have zombies. They probably have some weird word for them. Oh yeah, they didn't show anything for it. They just have pale-eyed face. Okay, back there. I need to find a special shelf for you and your ilk. I tried to find Pirate Borg the other day. It took me a while. It migrated to a box. Along with some of the other swag from, I think, Cyborg. But no, I need to keep them all on a shelf. I had bought a box to specifically put all my Morkborg stuff into. The box was not big enough. Okay, so what do I want to do? You know, let's go with feral zombies. So let's get rid of this. So you have that hunched over thing. I believe there's a D&D picture that's pretty much this. It has like long claws or whatever. It's hunched down. And it just has these white orbs for eyes. That's a good feel. Another one we can do is that it's on the ground. It's crawling. It's looking up at you. Another one we could have it being an action. Making a leap. Or we're going to have to show it being desiccated in some way. I like that. Just have it be a giant putrid green color. I like the hunched over one. It's not the most action-y, but I think I can have some stuff with it. So, a nice puke green, whoops, we can put up here. I want to have a little bit of clothing. Blues work fine. I want whites. I want big white orbs of eyes. Let's go for that for now. So, its head right there. Boop. Its torso kind of like this. And the bottom half like that. And we have it on the ground. hands like that. To get beat by Lumo's balls. Is that from... No, what were the 4 organs of Disgaea? You had Hercules' muscles. Whose brains? Something else. You know, a horse dick. Because Disgaea. Anyways. Oh. That joke, not that. Some philosopher, yeah, it had to be something memorable. And that would translate to Japanese culture, or at least be known. Maybe. I quite like that. Just where am I going to place? Okay, sorry for being quiet. Really thinking on this one. This one's coming along quite well. I think, can I splurge another color for blue? Is there a darker blue I could use? That's a lighter blue. That works too, though. This one's coming out inspired. Giving it white hair would ruin it. The implied black hair is working. I mean, I could give a little bit more edge like that. Can't give too much more. Yeah, that works. I think we hit gold on this, or I hit gold on this one. All right then, let us save this. And we basically have, with that, first dungeon material. Except for recolors for the Goblin Guard and other such things. And the Crazy Horse. I mean, I can set up a Crazy Horse. It just seems weird. So what could we have instead of a Crazy Horse? We could have a madman, a wild man of the woods. That sounds fun. I mean, add some more human enemies to it is always good. Doesn't matter what I name it. So basically, you know, the wild man, the guy with a club or something. I'm going to hit you. Not the best. Okay, let's think about like a Cro-Magnon hunched over, holding this big club, and looking at you with his head and, like, you know, all this wild gray-white hair. I think I might just go with that. It's a lot going on down here, so I'll probably have to use two types of stuff for that. Anyways, so let's go with nice orange tones for like bronze caveman skin. And we also get club for free with that. Some sort of deep brown. Well, no. Gotta break up the pelt a little bit. Gotta give him a loincloth. Gray will be fine. Alright. This is all because I just don't want Crazy Horse. I mean, it's tradition, but I don't like it. And just having weird wild men of the woods kind of... Ooh, we give him a mask. That works as a generic enemy. We give him a mask. Maybe a bone white mask. We can, like, you know, adorn with bones or something. Anyways. Let's tilt the head a little bit here. Main body can be like this. The bottom of it can float down here. And you can pop a squat like this. Yeah, mad pony. The front arm we're going to have to break it. So then we have this coming up, and a big screw you club. So there we go. And that club. Yeah, a club like that. I said I wanted a masked face. Not going to lie, this is giving a little bit of serial killer vibes. This also works for me. I'm liking this. Make him knobby. Give him like extra large joints. No, I don't. Yeah, let's go with that as the highlight, and this is the mid-tone. Yeah, that's good. So for mid-tone, these Cro-Magnon looking SOB. Cro-Magnons wear masks. Where are they found with that? Yeah, this has to be all down here. This has to be... Let's make this knobby. And this is slightly going off track of, you know, Final Fantasy, but Mad Pony. It's just wild. Give him a little bit of a side pelt sort of thing. Not sure. Yeah, no. Let's make that a little more knobby. Give this a little bit of texture, a little bit of dithering. I put some tribal marking on him. I can give him blush. I can give him saw blush, but no. There we go. A madman of the woods. Let's define a little bit. This one's just self-indulgence. But if I'm going to make this my own, I'm going to have to make this my own. You know, for all the dinosaurs and such, I'm surprised that Final Fantasy didn't have cavemen. Or, like, you know, just, like, troglodytes. No, they did have troglodytes. I think they were sprited differently, though. They're, you know, like, weird underground, devolved humans. Okay. Turning on caution mode. Even though I don't think I need it. Like, I could do a whole thing and have, like, shamans or other such Celtic things. Druids, and give them, like, a green mask or something. Please, let me go back. Alright, turn off. Scuff window. Alright. So, what's our current count? We have our goblin. We have our wolf. We have a skeleton. We have a spider and a zombie. It's almost like enough I could, like, just go in and see about statting these up and restatting to Borg at this point. That's kind of a goal I wanted to do. I thought I'd have much less than this, so I'm being a madman. Oh. So I think I should try to make a boss. Do I want to go exactly with the story and just have, you know, guy in a cape in a cave that is totally not some sort of weird time shrine? What did Garland look like? This first thing. I mean, he looked pretty good for that. I say yes. How big are you, Garland? Let's just for sake of doing a complete set. I think you're a 64 by 64. No, you are a tiny sprite as well. I am shocked. Are you guys 64 by 64? by 64. I am shocked, Garland. You are tiny. Okay. So our kidnapper, call him that. You know, just based on him being 32 by 32. You know, I don't think I'll have time travel in here. I just want the basic boss for it. I have ideas how I can refluff some of this. But yeah. Purple's going to be the main color. So he's going to be dude in armor. Actually, are you the right? I don't have that purple, but this purple's really good now. So we have purple, we have dude in armor, colors. We'll go with that. So I'm not exactly going with what they have. So why don't we have something dynamic, like he's holding his cape out and he has his sword in the air. Ooh, mysterious. Then you know he has his helmet. That's a thought. Alternatively, did he have spells? I don't think my sheet actually has if they had spells or not on it. Alternatively, standing here, and realizing. Have cave waving a little bit. Have a, you know, like sword here. Doing the whole holding it by the handle up. That's regal-ish, not action-y. Let's try this. I want him to take up as much room as possible. He's a boss, even though he has tiny baby sprite size. Why is he 32 by 30? If I had to make a guess, they literally set up that quest when they didn't have the entire system done to test it. Because if you look at it, it's basically demo world. It is self-contained single island. We have people playtest on it, and it's basically a vertical slice of the game. It has your town, it has a dungeon, it has water you can't get past, it has mountains you can't get into, and it has various enemy tables depending on how far away you are. Then they build a bridge and you can go out into it. Anyways. So if it was literally set up to be everything you could have in the game, I'd believe it. Which is why he is Baby Sprite, because they hadn't figured out how to properly do large things yet. So, cultist leader, I guess we'll call him. Turn you off now. I think I know what I'm doing. This one I may actually have the most trouble with, because I'm not quite feeling it. Like, I do lavish the love on the enemy sprites. But I have thoughts about the player ones. Something's always a little odd for them, for me. Let's break you up with some of the ill faded shoulder armor. Let's go have that go all the way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Control. There we go. 1, 1, 1, 2. Just have it ground out there. I want to have it do the wraparound, but it's going to look kind of odd. Maybe that works. 2, 2. So So this is puffed up, this is it coming down. I can do stuff like make it more dramatic. Or 1, 2, 3, 2. Well, let's make this bigger. Go big or go home. These ones honestly should be bigger as well. Still needed to hit the bottom to read right. Not masterful, but I am not the best at this sort of thing. Has the effect, though. Okay, let's make a big sword. Pommel here. Sword. Sword. Go a little bit of demonic, 5-point star here. It's going to interact with shoulders. It's new. Can I break this up? A little silly. I think I can live with it. You can live with a lot. Let's joint that. You know what? I don't quite like this style, but I'm going to have to take it. If only to vary a little bit. Yeah, that's silly. That does it. I'm just going to point this out. Silly Goober. Monster with inlaid dark energy. Amazing what 1 pixel difference makes. Let's taper this off a little bit down here, make this more of a round thing. Oop, oop, oop. Can make that cleaner up there. I think a final little one. Barely there at all will help. I want to make you a darker color. But I will not for now. Okay then. Anything else I want to do before I call this quits? Oh, yeah, I should respect where the light is coming from a little bit more here. Maybe not that much. Good enough. I have to know when to call it quits. Just to keep themes. No. Yeah. It is a very much a ghost night sort of thing. Basically, what I want to clone is, you know, make 4 characters and go out and get 4 orbs, then fight a big boss and a few random bosses around. So this being some sort of ghost night might work. I don't know what I'll call him. I'll just call him Night Boss for now. So give me a second. Bop. Could be better, but I'm not putting an extra hour into it for diminishing returns. So, basically have all that done. Now, I have enough for a first level of sorts. I could move into Godot and start putting them in and trying to figure out the best way to differentiate classes. Well, none of these really have attack or spells right now. The spider most definitely had poison. Would have to figure out a way to represent that. Morkborg poison is basically you take some more damage or just die if you fail to save. I don't think this will be, you know, that deadly, maybe. It'll probably be a proc, make save or take massive damage. Everybody's favorite type of thing. So, anything else on the list that I would like to do? There's like literally some 100 and something in here. I am sure that I have pulled up the bestiary list for like a remake. Because there is like the Labyrinth of Time, which I am quite sure is not in the base game. Also, it has a couple golems, and I want to just bring in golems because golems are fun. So going down this list, there's the ghouls I could start doing, which is just a reskin. There is the werewolves. Where do you look like you're on this list? I want to try a mid-sized one. Well, yeah, they start getting, I'm pretty sure these are 60. Look at this boy here. This is a nice little sprite. Yeah, you're basically a 64 by 64. It's more like a 48 by 64, but still. And our troll friend is not having a good day. 32 by 48. Yeah, I want to do a 32 by 48 thing. So let's go with yeah, ogre. Okay. It still amuses me, the whole lineage of ogre mages, because somebody, it might have been Gygax, wanted to have, you know, Oni, but didn't know how to translate that well. So the book of, you know, Oriental Adventures probably literally had Oni in there. I should check. It might have an interesting view on the Oni. And orc mages just became their own thing. Anyways. This one's going to be interesting because it gets more terrible as I get larger in sprite size. So we have this big hulking thing. We could just make them seem absolutely proportionally huge. You know, have the club on its back, have like this, and like, hey, I'm 12 heads high. How you do? And it has a very large third leg for some reason. Also could do, which might be more putting on its side, but so we have the head up, we have the head kind of tucked here, and we just have massive arms and have it do the whole knuckle dragger sort of feel. Maybe even give him some horns or something. We have to say what an ogre is. Maybe ogres have horns and tusks. And move around like silverback gorillas. That is kind of terrifying. And you could also have, you know, wacky. I have this. My club is like this. I'm saying, come on, get some. Excuse me. You know what? I like demonic silverback gorillas. That tickles my fancy. Yeah, they had one in pink. I want to go with orange. I want to go for an orange and yellow thing. Let's get this ketchup rolling. So, we have the big head here. Big, sturdy body. A little bit of butt over here. Massive forearms. Maybe brown. Massive arms coming down like this. Get the knuckles. Just huge, like demonic silverback gorillas or ogres. I like that. So we're already doing caveman as a wild man. So I can literally have that. Anyways. Covering my nuggies. Hide feet. Leinfeld would approve. Eolden. So yeah, these are just massive things that can manhandle you, and you just don't make it. Yeah. Let's make the eyes. Make a snarl. And we have enough white in here. Give them tusks. Alright. So we have the silhouette, how it's going to look. Color cohesion's kind of off everywhere. Maybe we want to make this solid orange so far. Also give claws. I'm running out of a little bit of room and it amuses me. I just scramble. As I said, when it gets bigger, I get a little bit more... things. And outlining, I can afford it in this one. Don't know what to do about this back. Back leg is really weak. I could just give it, maybe I can give it claws and call it a day. Add a little bit of claws here. It's kind of reminding me of a pinky from Doom. That's not a bad thing. Let's see if this helps at all. A little bit of highlight. I mean, it's a big demony monster with huge arms. What more could I want? Maybe if I shave this down a little bit and break it out of the other part. This looks a bit odd. Clean you up. It's looking slightly less ape now, which is kind of nice. I always think silverback is a great way to show just massive amounts of power, if you've ever seen one. I suppose thumb would go in here too. Can I get thumb? Thumb has little claw. Let's bring you forward 2 pixels. Yeah. Good enough. You can't do that over there. Maybe a little bit of brown down. Oops, that's not brown. Already established this is the color of. No. Could be better, but I could be better. Let's just differentiate this from the side pixel a little bit. Don't think we'll get much better on that, but it is what it is. So yes, terrifying ape-like ogres roaming the land, picking people up and eating them whole. Well, as whole as a ape will eat you, which is actually quite terrifying. GIF of or movie of ape using monkey like apple. It will haunt your dreams. Yep. Not even dead. Just one bite at a time. Alright, so I accomplished a little more than I expected. Though I'm not sure how much I have left in me on continuing on this. So I'm going to call it good while the getting is good. However, I want to bring up the list. I'm just going to screenshot this, otherwise it's going to be interesting. I could just bring it into a sprite like so. Now I have a little bit of a progress chart with tasks on it. I may knock some of it off on there, but today, early level enemy sprites, which is effectively what we just did, and I can, well, early level doesn't have giant boss sprites. I thought Garlet would be like bigger, so I can basically knock this one out today, set up some other ones, and maybe behind the scenes set up a basic bit of more combat, which maybe I'll discuss a bit. Maybe I could stretch this out to, about 9:30 my time. Before I order horrible food I shouldn't be eating. I think breakfast will go until 10. Anyways. So. Oh no, it doesn't do alt codes. Oh no. Terrible. One second, I can rectify this grave sin. There we go. So, currently at the moment, I do have damage or armor as reduction instead of armor as difficulty to hit. What I need is shields. Now, I won't have all the features that Morkborg has for shields, but I still need to have the secondary source of damage reduction. It will be mostly for the player side. Most enemies won't have shields unless you can see them. I'm not sure if I will have armor tier damage, but it sounds like something interesting. So, your armor gets reduced and you can go and repair it for a pittance instead of buying a new one. Weapon procs. Now, the one thing about Morkborg versus Final Fantasy, well, Final Fantasy does have a lot more unique weapons. Morkborg was all about weird weapon procs on the interesting weapons that were in there. Probably never seen them, but it literally has a weapon that just insta-kills everything if you roll a 1 on damage. That's interesting to me. I would like to make more fantasy weapons in that sort of vein where they're specifically and weirdly interesting and have procs or do very specific things. I think that and having them be the unique treasures in a dungeon would be better than finding, the next level of swords you find in the next town over. Since Morkborg is a little bit of a flat, shall we say, curve in how things go, because there's no real level system, though I will figure that out. Put that in there. So, scrolls is another thing I need to figure out. That might be a fun one. Because you can buy the basic ones, and I will be able to do Fire 1, 2, and 3 with a little bit of a twist. But, started thinking, but I could put interesting ones in dungeons as loot. Mildly interesting. I'm not doing anything more than damage. I'm not making a million buffs or debuffs in this, or status effects, because that gets a little tedious in the engine development. I need to make enemy AI. I need to be able to figure out how enemies are going to use their powers. So, underneath Final Fantasy Original, it had a system where, say, 80% of the time it does basic attack. And then 20% of the time it's cast spell. And the way that spells worked is that there was an ongoing list of counters for what spell it's going to use from its arrangement, which is kind of weird, but interesting, I guess. So a beholder would have to go through like all 8 of its spells before it wrapped back around to like disintegrate. And that, like, varies it up. It's kind of interesting. Not sure if I'll take it, but it's the thing I want to do. Otherwise, I can do very basic. Match enemy type to script, pass in, like, literally pass in enemy type, get what do. The only thing that kind of fails on that is, like, what position in your spellcasting array, but I could handle that enemy side instead of just like what AI percentages. Anyways, not sure about enemies having their own. I actually think under Morkborg, enemies don't have power failure chances, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So that's where it's at. I can add a few things over the weekend, maybe. I have other things to do at the moment, though. So we'll have to see about that. And I think I'm about running out of voice and energy at the moment. So I will thank you for joining me and getting a good chunk of enemy sprites down. So that's something. Maybe I'll have it loaded into the engine by next time. And we can actually make the first world map where we have the basic stuff figured out. The only thing that's going to be bad on there is transition zones, or at least areas with more than one transition zone. The bane of all map makers. Alright. With that, I'll let you get on with your day, or evening, or morning, or the timelessness between the voids. Either way, see you next time.